Sense of Come the furthest. Yeah, I live on the Massachusetts Rhode Island line in Kentucky Central 4. I get on at exit 30 and get off at exit 1. Nope.
Well, a kid had one of those. He has to take that off. I go out to the kid. He doesn't go off. Take it off. It's making a stink. 1, 2, 3. The kid's father came out and cut it out.
Yeah. That's what they have to do yesterday. Guys, we're going to do the white card while you're in there. All right. There's 2 more, too. How you doing?
I got it set up. I had to build it.
Have a phone word if it's going down this way. In between pitches, like if you catch it, just say.
Hello and welcome everybody. I am the voice, Greg Morano. We have Lisa behind the lens. Alongside me is producer owner Shane Belanger. We are Westerly.live. Our location, Similari Field. We have a beautiful night for a varsity baseball matchup between the host Bulldogs and visiting Johnston High School. The Bulldogs trying to snap back, coming off of a heartbreaking loss to Barrington in their home opener just a couple days ago. Bulldogs opened their season with 3 straight on the road, which they were able to win all 3 in their home opener. Last game was their first loss of the season. Great game to watch, back and forth. Bulldogs, very fundamental team, and a very young team with only 2 seniors in the lineup, one of which toes the rubber right now. He is on the mound, and that would be Isaac Martin. This is his second time pitching for the Bulldogs this season, winning in his first appearance. So as the Bulldogs warm up, Johnston comes in, as far as I can see, and the RIIL website says that a 3-1 league record, which is a mirror image of the Bulldogs' 3-1 league record. So this is a big matchup between both teams, for both teams. The Bulldogs, after their 3 road games, turned around and had 4 out of 5 at home. Again, losing the first to Barrington, this would be the second. They play host to Prout on Saturday, and then travel to Prout 3 days later. So, we're ready to go, folks. Number 8 for Johnston steps in. Martin toes the rubber. Here we go. We have some baseball on our hands. The pitch is up and away. First pitch. 1-0 count. From the windup, Martin, second pitch of the game. That's in there on the outside portion. Fouled out of play. 1-1 count. Martin, a control pitcher, meaning he likes to hit his spots more so than overpower the hitters. The kick and the pitch is on the outside portion. Good contact the other way. Batter had the right idea to go with the pitch. That's a fly out to right field. Bozek on the catch for the Bulldogs. 1 up, 1 down. Number 9 steps in for Johnston. So the Bulldogs looking to jump to 4-1, if possible, with a victory today. And the pitch over the outside, a little bit too far over. One and 0 count. The delivery and the pitch over the middle of the plate. Hit well to center field. Backpedaling. All set, and he's got it. Gorman on the catch for the Bulldogs. Good contact by both Johnston hitters. Right idea. Martin getting quite a bit of the plate on his pitches. A little bit fortunate thus far that both balls have been hit at a fielder. And the pitch outside portion of the plate doesn't get the call. 1-0 count. And the pitch that's got to be there, and it is strike 1. 1-1 count. Got a little tail at the end of his fastball. And strike 2. Over the outer corner. 1-2 count. Batter's yet to swing. Martin's delivery and the pitch. Outside portion, batter reaches, waves at it, shortstop. Throws the first for the out. Easy inning for Martin. 3 up, 3 down. Keeps the pitch count low, and the Bulldogs get set for their half of the first inning. Leading off for the Bulldogs will be number 7, Pons Jr. On deck will be Zach Beckler, the shortstop. The Bulldogs' full lineup includes Greg Gorman batting number 3, pitcher Isaac Martin batting cleanup, Evan Klein batting 5th, Drew Bozek batting 6th, Travis Costa batting 7th, Nick Fiore batting 8th, and Noah Burdick batting 9th. Burdick hitting a grand slam 2 days ago here. All for naught in the end, unfortunately, as Barrington was able to come back and then some. Bulldogs split with Barrington this season as the Bulldogs defeated them 7-3 in their home field. So the Bulldogs get their turn here. Couldn't ask for a better night for baseball. So the Bulldogs have a home and away with Prout coming up back to back. And we're ready to go. The throw down. And we're going to have a batter. Number 7 for the Bulldog, Dean Pons Jr. Pitcher of no decision 2 days ago, 1-0 on the season. And number 9 for Johnston, Allen, toes the rubber for the first pitch of the game. And it's right down the heart of the plate for a strike. Split this plate in half with that pitch. Cocks back and a little breaking ball with the outside portion to the shortstop. Quick throw to first, and they got him. 6-3, ground ball out. Leads off the game for the Bulldogs. Stepping in, Zach Beckler, shortstop, number 21. If he tried to go with that a little bit more, he had some room up the middle, probably where it would have gone. Nevertheless, nobody on, one out for the Bulldogs. And the pitch low for a ball, ball 1. And the pitch is low, 2-0. Beckler ahead in the count. And that one's right there. Umpire doesn't like it. Must have been off the inside of the plate. 3-0. You'd have to come with something. And he gets called strike. 3-1 the count. Beckler now free to swing. And the pitch, breaking ball, breaks off the plate, gets the call, full count now. Allen all the way back from 3-0 to a full count. And the pitch, breaking ball, would have been a strike. Beautiful spot for a bunt, swinging, and safe for running it out, legs it out. Had it been a bunt, it would have been a perfect one, but it was a full swing. Same result, able to leg it out for an infield hit. Played about as well as you could by Johnston. Beckler with just too much speed as number 19, Greg Gorman, Right fielder steps to the plate. And a slow throwback. Gorman, the lefty at the plate. Slide step. Low. 1-0 count. A lot of his focus seems to be on the runner at first base at the moment. Modest lead. And a slide step pitch. And that is low as well, 2-0. Gotten behind both batters here. Step, pitch, swing, pulls it. And that is going to be a single to right field. Clean. Bulldogs got a runner on first and second. Two hard hoppers. And the Bulldogs have 2 on with 1 out. More than likely the Johnston will be in double play depth. In the box for the Bulldogs is pitcher Isaac Martin. And the pitch right over the middle, and he turns on it. Will it stay fair? And it does. Oh, it does not. The call is foul. Tough break for the Bulldogs. They have the angle. I do not. Would have been a nice spot, but now back to the box. Martin in. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Bottom 1. And the pitch low. 2-1 count. The pitch, breaking ball over the plate for the strike. 2 strikes on the pitcher, Martin. Wants to put it in play here. Still want the ground ball, though. And the pitch is blown away. Drives it to left center field, and that's going to be in for a hit. Runners are going to advance 1 base as Johnston's able to get it in with a good relay, quick relay. And the Bulldogs have the dishes full here. Number 11, Evan Klein, the first baseman at bat. Bases juiced. 1 out, bottom 1. Bulldogs' first big opportunity. The Johnston pitcher, when he's throwing strikes, he is getting a lot of the plate. Right there, he let strike go by, count 1-1, but he's getting big portions of the plate, which he needs to try to work off one edge or the other. As a Bulldog fan, you don't want to see that. Runners aren't being held on particularly. Johnston at double play depth, the pitch. Inside off the plate, 1-1. And the pitch outside, called strike. Again, want to put it in play, but do not want a ground ball. Corners up. Pitch, breaking ball. Tries to pull it off the outside edge. Out at home. Home to first. Double play. If he held it, he's safe. First baseman's foot came off the bag. Fielder's choice. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Still for the Bulldogs. At bat, number 12, Drew Bozek. Left fielder. And the pitch is low. And the pitch low again, 2-0. No room for him, so he's going to force in a strike here. And the delivery is a strike, and he pulls it as a single down the line. And they're going to round and go with the second one. It does not hit the relay man. Gets to the backup. Everybody's trying to advance. Got a little bit greedy there at second base. Not before 2 runs score, though. Not a bad idea trying to extend it to a double. Big hit in a big spot for the Bulldogs, who don't come out with nothing. That would have been their worst thing they could have done. The other day they had the bases loaded 3 times, 2 of which they ended the inning with no runs scored. So with their first opportunity tonight, 2 runs come in before Johnston was able to make the third out at second base. Heading into the top of the second. 2-0 score. Isaac Martin hits the mound, about to warm up. Good start for the Bulldogs, especially after the drama the other day. So the Bulldogs back in action early in the day. Saturday will be right there. Versus Prout. And then they will head to Prout on Tuesday. Returning home for a game right after. Season seems to be in blocks. After that, they have a block of away games. Bulldogs undefeated on the road thus far, 3-0. Winless at home, looking to change that today. So Martin getting ready to start his half of the second inning for the Bulldogs. Number 21 for Johnston, the righty, in to hit, and first pitch is low and away, ball 1. And the kick, delivery, pitch, that's 1. There, strike 1. 1-1 count. Like I say, he's got a nice little tail, dipping tail on his fastball. Playing the edges. And that's a breaking ball that stays inside and low. I mentioned the Johnston pitcher might run into some problems. He's given up 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. But when he was getting strikes, he was getting a good amount of the plate. And you're not going to get away with that too long against these Westerly hitters. Martin's pitch stays upstairs. Nobody on, nobody out. 3 balls, 1 strike on the batter. And the pitch stays up. Walks the leadoff man, never want to do that. So the Bulldogs will shift to double play depth. Corners in normal depth. Number 6 getting his signs. Good sized lead at first base. Martin with a quick throw, throws it away. And that's easily 1 base. A lot of landscape over there in Similar Field, and he's got to get 2 bases out of it. You overthrow first base from that angle, long way to go. And Johnston suddenly has their leadoff man at third base. Nobody out. You cannot make those mistakes here. There's so much territory, both sides of the field, that 1 base is a guarantee, often 2. Martin's pitch. Called strike. Right down the pipe. Number 6 for Johnston. More or less anything up the middle on the ground or any kind of fly ball will score the run. And that's off the plate wide. Middle infield's at normal depth. Give up the run voluntarily for the out. Infield pop-up or strikeout, Martin ideally would need to prevent that run from coming across. And that's a strike. Turns on a ground ball to short. Looks him. Throws to first. Unable to advance. Nice job by the Bulldogs. But as fundamentally done as you can do. Fielded it, held him, and a beautiful throw to first for a 6-3 out. 1 out now. Number 23 stepping in. Johnston's got a runner on third. Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Martin's pitch outside. That's going to be a short fly ball to center coming in. Nobody able to get there. That's going to be a single. And that's going to score the run. No man's land. 3 Bulldogs in the area. Nobody could get there. Score now 2-1. 1 out. Runner on first. That's what happens when you walk the leadoff man and followed up by an error. That's an unearned run, clearly. He was pretty much given third base gift wrapped with nobody out. Modest lead at first base. The pitch. A beauty. Strike 1. Steps off. It was the throw to first that ignited that whole chain of events. And the pitch is a beauty, tails in on him. Gets him on the handles. 2 strikes. Checks the runner at first base. The pitch. And gets the outside corner for a strikeout, his first of the day. 2 outs now for Johnston. That's the tail on his fastball. Started outside. Cut back in at the last second. Nice pitch. Well placed. Number 16 for Johnston steps in. Not a bad spot to attempt to steal. 2 outs. Get yourself someone in scoring position possibly. Martin's aware of that. And again, the throw gets away, just not far enough. Crowding the plate, number 16 for Johnston. The pitch. And called strike on the inner portion. And the pitch over the heart of the plate, swinging a miss strike. And that's outside. Good eye by number 16, making him work. Hoping that would cut back in a little bit more. Didn't miss by much. Front elbow over the inner half of the plate. And the pitch has to be too far outside. Gotta wonder if him crowding the plate is affecting Martin at all. And the pitch, swing and a miss Over the outside corner, painted the corner well. 4 chooses the second strikeout of the night. After the top of the second, heading into the bottom, 2-1 score. Bulldogs advantage. Bulldogs looking to make up for the run they just gave up here in the bottom half of the second inning. From what I've seen, Johnston has a little winning streak going on in their hands as well here. Wind's picking up a little bit, blowing in. And the throwdown, and we're about ready to get started here. Bottom second in, Bulldogs chance. Bottom third of the order. And then they'll flip to the top here. Travis Costa, the catcher, at bat. And first pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. And that one's over the inner portion, turns on it. A little too far ahead, ropes it foul. Oh, and 2 count, just like that, 2 pitches. And an outside pitch, a little away, hoping he would chase, does not, 1-2. And the pitch, a breaking ball goes with it. A beauty, stay fair, it does. That's a good piece of hit right there. Breaking ball away, goes with it, paints it down the right field line. Exactly how they teach you. Costa with a leadoff single. Number 4, Nick Fiore. Second baseman steps in. 1 on, no out. Throwback. Not in time. Third baseman playing a little bit in, just in case of a bunt. And a pitch, a breaking ball. Breaks a little too far away. Good eye by number 4. Pitch, strike, outside corner, fouled, out of play. One and 2 count on Fiore. So back to first, in safely. Making him think. That's a good job by the base runner. Want to be in the pitcher's head if possible. The 1-2 comes over the plate, swing and a miss. And that's going to be the second strike of the bat. Now it's a good hitter's pitch. Catcher slides outside, pitch stays inside. Counts even at 2s. And the throwback in standing up. Throwback again. Definitely in his head. Costa doing a good job base running. And the pitch, a breaking ball, swinging a miss. Nice pitch. Can't let it go. Would have been a strike. 1 out for the Bulldogs. At-bat Burdick with the grand slam the other day. Third baseman. Throw back again. Got to remember, just one of those gets past, it goes a long way. He's earned 5 throwbacks thus far. And the pitch, swing. High fly ball, shallow area in left field, trying to get there. Doesn't get there, sun's a factor. And that's going to fall in, don't know how they're going to rule it. Sun being a factor. Regardless, the Bulldogs are in business with 1 out and 2 on. Already ahead 2-1. Looking to expand upon that. Top of the order up now. Number 7, Dean Pons Jr. Center fielder. And the pitch over the plate. Hit well to left center. He's got everybody beat, I think, and he does. That's going to go all the way out to the fence. If he runs fast enough, he's going to stand up at third. They're going to hold him up at second. That's going to score the other 2. Great piece of hitting right there by Pons Jr. Great piece of hitting. Knocks in 2. Stand up double, 2 RBIs, 4-1 score. First pitch hitting, inner portion of the plate. I was mentioning how this Johnston pitcher, when he was throwing strikes, he was getting a big chunk of the plate doing so. You can't do that against this Bulldogs team. They're just too good and they're too aggressive. If you catch a lot of the plate, they're going to make you pay. And the pitch is low. That first pitch to Pons was a beauty, and he turned on it. He spun the top. Beautiful fundamentals, great double, and 2 in. Bottom second, 4-1 score. And the pitch hit straight up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, throw to first on time, good job. Moves up Pons, runner on third, 2 outs. See if the Bulldogs can steal this last run here. As their number 3 hitter, number 19, Greg Gorman, right fielder, steps in. The lefty. Big hole in right center for him. But they're playing him straight up. First pitch is low. And a pitch on the inside portion, ball 2. And a pitch over the heart of the plate. Takes a swing accordingly, swing and a miss for the first strike of the at-bat. Pulling out a little bit on that pitch. Next pitch blown away. It's going to get to the left of the catcher a little bit. No harm done. Again, the backstop goes the same as left and right field. There's a lot of space. If it gets past the catcher, 99% chance that the runner at third will score. That's if it touches the backstop. And the pitch over the heart of the plate, off the hands. Out of play, third base side, 2 strikes. Even count, 2-2. 2 outs, bottom 2. Bulldogs have scored 2 in both innings here thus far, first and second. And delivery, breaking ball up and in. And that's going to give him first base. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Bulldogs up by 3. As the pitcher, the senior, Martin, steps in. And the pitch is a strike. Wasn't where the catcher set up, but it was over the plate. Wants the runner held at first. And the pitch, being fouled out. 0-2 count quickly to Martin. Looking to get himself a little insurance for the hill. Stealing second, fastball away, fouled out of play, and retreat back to first, Gorman will. And the pitch outside. Allen, the pitcher for Johnston, throwing a lot of pitches early in this one. And a swing and a miss, doesn't quite get to the catcher, gonna have to throw to first. And does for the third and final out of the inning. Not before the Bulldogs can tack on 2 more. After 2, Westerly 4, Johnston 1. As the Bulldogs slowly
Still missing 2 balls.
assemble onto the field.
Coach, we're missing 2.
Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. It'll be quite a feat to put one out of here tonight.
More balls?
Martin returns from base path to pitcher. Giving up 1 run through 2. Bulldogs, young teams. A lot of hope for next year. Spoke with the coach before the game. 1 senior, that's all. He happens to be the pitcher this evening, Isaac Martin. Everybody else will be back. Team of this quality all returning can be a big threat next year. Martin ready to start off his half of the third. And off the end of the bat. 0-1 count. Number 14 at bat for Johnston. The 0-1 pitch. And it's off the handle through third baseman for a single. Diving effort by Burdick on the play. Went under his glove. Leadoff single for Johnston. Didn't hit it with the heart of the bat, but got enough of it. Runner on first here. Decent lead. Throw back. Plenty of time. And the pitch over the inside portion, strike, fouled out of play. That's that tail at the end of the fastball. Batter's got a beat on it, then it cuts in, and you don't get it where you want it on the bat. The pitch, stealing, slow hopper to the catcher, going to have to go to first for the out. As good as a bunt in reality. Runner on second now in scoring position for Johnston with only one out. Swinging bunt. Number 9 steps in for Johnston. Turns around on the rubber. No throw. And the pitch up and in. Catcher does a nice job after bobble, a little bit of recovering. The runners are doing a nice job of making the pitchers at least remember that they're around. Making sure that they pay attention to two things instead of one. And the pitch is a strike. That inner tail puts it off the handles. Foul ball. Two and one count. One out here. Throwback. Nice job. Well run play by the Bulldogs. Runner back in time, however. Quick spin move he has. And the pitch is outside. Vacant base, remember, so a walk doesn't hurt you. Creating a force out. And the pitch is there, and that's going to be a single up the middle. And yeah, center fielder retreats, throw home. We have a play, and if they made the tag and held out, he's out at home. What a relay by the Bulldogs. Beautiful play. Dean Pons Jr. fielding it, throwing straight from center field to home. Great job by Costa, the catcher, off one hop. Protects the plate, makes the tag. 2 outs in the inning, no runs scored. Runner on first. What a play to spin things around. Bulldogs could have been in trouble. 2 men on, 1 run in, 1 out. Instead, no runs in, 1 man on, and 2 outs. Completely flipped scenario. Protects the 4-1 lead. And a slow hopper to second. Over his glove. Not going to make it easy. The runners stay at first and second with 2 outs. Big hop. Back to that relay. That was all Dean Pons Jr. That was the accuracy of the throw. We've seen him pitch. We know he knows where the ball's going when he lets go of it. But by itself, played its own tail from center field straight home to Costa. Right on the money where he could place the tag. If that hadn't happened and then this hit did happen, Westerly's lead might be gone. There's a force anywhere, folks, now to get out of this inning, which I'm sure Martin would like to do. Both pitchers have been challenged all game thus far. And the pitch gets away from the catcher. They're going to try to go to third. And the throw is there. And he is out. That will end the inning. You can't do those things. The Bulldogs are too good for that. Beautiful throw by the catcher. Beautiful tag on the play before. We are going to go to break, folks. Welcome back. Bulldogs getting set to hit in their half of the third inning here. 4-1 lead due to two great plays. One, a relay from Pons in center field to home to apply the tag, cutting down the run, changing the landscape of the inning, giving the Bulldogs 2 outs with 1 on. Instead of a run in, no outs, 2 on. And then with the throw out at third base as the Johnston runner tried to advance as the ball had trickled away about 10 feet from the catcher, but not far enough. There's a lot of space back here. Similar field all around the outfield. But you got to make sure that it's going to go as far away as you think. So, on the arms of the Bulldog fielders and their accuracy, the Bulldogs protect a 3-run lead. As both pitchers have had to work hard here to get through for the Westerly 3 innings. You've seen 2 innings out of the Johnston pitcher, who's given up 2 runs in each inning thus far. The throwdown, and we are ready to go. Bulldog first baseman steps in, Evan Klein. Inning reads out as Klein, Bozak, and Costa, barring any substitutions. The kick, and the pitch is low, swing and a miss. And a quick pitch, and that looks like a beauty over the outer half. Still got a chunk of the plate there. Drive that the other way. 0-2 count. The kick, pitch, breaking ball, and he finds the hold through the third baseman and the shortstop. Took an outside pitch and was able to pull it with enough to single. Bulldogs are in business. Leadoff man on first. Bozak at bat. The Bulldog left fielder. First pitch swinging. Pop up. Foul territory. Catcher finally locates it. Slides. Taps at it. Unable to make the catch. Oh, and 1 count for the Bulldog batter. And the pitch, curveball, froze the batter, stayed upstairs, so 1-1 count. And that's going to be low and away, 2-1. The pitch hit the center field, tracked on by the center fielder, caught in the air, and the Bulldog runner will retreat to first. And there is one out, one on. And the catcher will step in the box, Travis Costa. Throw back to first, in upstanding. The pitch up and in. 4-1, top three. Bottom three, correction, folks. And the pitch low, foul back. Throw back to first, in standing. He's on his mind. That's what you want to be as a runner. That's a good job diverting attention. The pitch gets the inner portion of the plate. A little early is Costa. Foul ground. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Slides that pitch. Swung on and driven. Center fielder in the area, makes the catch. Runner does not get back. The throw off the first baseman. Very fortunate. Klein gets a little bit hung up between first and second, thinking that that was going to get a spot on the grass in the outfield. It did not. A good throw would have surely been a double play, and inning ender. The one hopper goes off the first baseman, and the Bulldog able to retreat. 2 outs. 1 on first for the Bulldogs. And we have it over the outside corner, 0-1 count. Nick Fiore at bat, second baseman. And the pitch, we're going to miss. Strike over the inner quarter. Johnston pitcher looking to get out of the inning unscathed. Would be his first tonight. And the pitch low. 1-2 count on the Bulldog. Second baseman. Quick pitch. Turned on, hit well. Center field is busy this inning. Tracks it and makes all 3 outs. Some good contact by the Bulldogs, but no runs. And we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning with our Bulldogs ahead by a score of 4-1. And the senior approaching the rubber. Would love a clean inning. Give his arm a little bit of a break, hopefully. Number 21 watching Martin warm up. Been around the plate all night long with good command. He has had base runners every inning. Yeah, Martin's ready to throw down. And the Johnston batter steps in. Martin's kick, the delivery, a little up and away. He's got a pretty good pop on his fastball tonight. It was the Bulldogs bullpen that failed them 2 days ago. And it's blown away 2-0 count. As they did have a 6-2 lead, the bullpen could not hold on, giving up 9 runs. Very unlike them. Unlikely to see very often. Martin's offering strike over the heart of the plate. 2-1 count. And that's over the plate too. A chopper handled by the shortstop. Throws the first. 6-3 for the out. 1 up, 1 down for Martin. Number 6 for Johnston steps in. Well, the Bulldogs at regular depth straight up. It's pretty much where they've been playing everybody all night. Apparently no heavy scouting reports. First pitch. Ball stays up. Martin releases. Upstairs. At the plate. Just the wrong height. 2-0 count. And that's a strike. That's a go. 1-2 count. And a 2-strike pitch. We're going to miss. Martin, hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, steps back. Doesn't like the calls, wants to start fresh here. Him and the catcher can get in sync. They are. And the delivery. Outside. The 2-2 pitch. Inside he swings, and that's a single past the third baseman, between the third baseman and shortstop. So the 1-out single for Johnston gives them a base runner. As each team has reached base in every opportunity to hit. Bulldogs in double play depth with 1 out here. Looking for something on the ground, something up the middle ideal. Martin looking to keep it low in the zone. And the slide step. Nice stop by Casa. Low and away. Not close. And that's low with a sidearm offering for Martin. Changes his fundamentals drastically with runners on. The runners, to their credit, have been doing a good job of making their presence felt to the pitchers. Got him leaning forward at least. Dives safely at first. And the pitch, that tail cuts it back in just enough to catch the outer quarter. Has a lower arm angle from the stretch than he does from the windup. Not uncommon. And that is going to be a fly ball center field. Got a beat on it and the out. 2 outs in the inning now. Runner left on first at the moment. Top of the 4th inning here. Bulldogs retreat to normal depth in the infield. Can make the final out at first or second base. Steps back. Doesn't want any free business getting in scoring position. The Bulldogs will give you nothing easy. Well coached. Outside. And the pitch, that one's there, hit hard center field. And he's going to make the catch and end the inning. And after the top half of the 4th inning, the score Westerly 4, Johnston 1. Good inning by Martin. Got in and out more or less unscathed. 1 runner, but low on the pitch count that inning. And that's what you start to look at here as we head into the bottom of the 4th and 5th inning. Halfway through the game here. Both starting pitchers remain. Have done a good job. And you got to remember, 2 runs scored on an error. Otherwise, this would be a 2-1 game. Could be, would be, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Regardless. So you are watching Westerly Bulldog Baseball here on westerly.live, live at Similarity Field, just across the park from last night's event. We have moved from the softball field over to the baseball field, where we will be returning to this very location on Saturday morning. As the Proud School comes to town. And here we go. The pitch, foul back. Number 9 hitter, Noah Burdick. Third baseman for the Bulldogs, 0-1 count. Inside portion of the play, strike 2. The kick of the pitch, curveball, waves at it for the out. Quick out for the Bulldogs, 1 down, nobody on. We are at the top of the lineup here. Center fielder, the pitcher, and the cannon from center field. Threw the man out at home earlier in the game. And that's going to be inside for the strike. 0-1 count. Pitcher in a bit of a groove, moving at a faster pace. And that's a strike. Over the outer portion, tried to pull it, didn't get much on it. Got to go with that pitch. Quickly up 0-2. watch for the curveball, and he throws the fastball high. Threw a beautiful breaking ball last at bat to Burdick. And there it is right there, but it breaks too far out. And at an expected count to see the possibility of that pitch. Pons at the ready. Inside off his hands, he's going to muscle it through for a single. Got around on it just enough to get a base runner. Doing it with the glove, the arm, and the bat. Dean Pons Jr., team's ace on the hill, who is a junior, having a day. Good lead at first. Throw over. Dives, gets past him, but not enough though. Pons makes the right decision. 1 out, 1 on here. Throw back again, not there. Safe. Good job of base running again. Make the pitcher think about 2 things, not just one. Throw it back again, 3 in a row. This time standing up, he gets back. Focus solely on the runner up this far. Throw back again. In standing, 4 in a row. Bulldog dugout, animated, vocal. The pitch is a ball. Expected after 4 throwovers. Mine's not in the right spot. That's a credit to Pons. Throws it over 5 times now. He has thrown 1 pitch to Beckler, the number 2 hitter for the Bulldogs, and thrown over 5 times. And the pitch hit hard to right center field. They're tracking it. I don't think they're going to get there, and they're not. That goes all the way to the fence. And that's going to score. Pause is going to be a play at the plate, folks. Pons is on his way. Pulls back at third. That's going to be a stand-up double. Runners at second and third. And that's a credit to Pons right there and the batter. Pons did a great job of making him worried about him the entire at-bat. Taking the focus off the hitter. Does a great job of going with the pitch to right center. And the Bulldogs are now back in business. 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 out. The infield is in. Don't feel they can give up any more runs here. And the pitch, swing and a miss. At bat, number 19, Greg Gorman, the right fielder, the lefty. Anything but a ground ball scores a run, essentially. Bulldogs would love to tack on 2 here. Smart base running by Coach Spazzato to pull him back. No chance at the risk, and it was a good throw-in on the relay. The pitch over the inner portion, too far in. Evens up the count. No room to... There is some vacancy at first base, in fact. And the pitch low and in, swung on, and that's a single to center fielder, golf style, and that will score 1 run. Another one for the Bulldogs. Great piece of hitting by Gorman. Inside out swing for the RBI, making the score 5-1. Bulldogs have runners on first and third, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, folks. And the pitcher, the senior pitcher, the sole senior on the squad, Isaac Martin, steps in. Tries to tack on another one to help himself out. Currently has a 4-run cushion. And the breaking ball stays up a little too high. 1-0 count. The 1 Johnston run is unearned. Pitch swung on, turned on, hit well by Martin. Being tracked by the left fielder, makes the catch. And he's able to tag up and run home and score. Sack fly works out perfectly for the Bulldogs. Coach is pleased, and run number 6 crosses the plate. Bulldogs can hit you any different way. One way they'll always hit you is fundamentally. If you make mistakes, they will make you pay. And the score is 6-1 Westerly. 2 outs. 1 runner on, bottom 4. And the pitch is fouled out of play. Into the parking lot. Pitch count starting to get up there for number 9 on Johnston. Fully expect to see Martin back out on the hill. And the pitch is low. And opposite field hit. Going with the pitch. The Bulldogs doing what they do best. Taking what you give him over the outer portion. He takes it the other way. That's another Bulldog hit. 2 outs, 2 on for the Bulldogs. And the pitch to breaking ball, called strike. Looked a little bit outside, but good pitch to let go. 0-1 count. He does have a good cut on his hook. And the pitch, another breaking ball. Hit well. And it falls in no man's land. Past the shortstop in front of the left fielder, allowing the run to score. Don't know the official ruling, whether that would be an error or a hit. That's up to each coach. Regardless, for the Bulldogs, it's a run. And that makes the score 7-1. They are finding holes everywhere, putting it right where the defense is not. Runners again on first and second for the Bulldogs, who now lead by 7-1. And the pitch. Called strike to the catcher, Costa, number 9. And he fouls it off. Bulldogs showing how mechanically sound they are as a squad. The ability to go the other way on the outside pitch has been displayed up and down their lineup, not just by 1 or 2 guys. And the hook, having a tough time hitting it, is the Bulldogs. But they've also thus far shown the ability to bunt, hit and run. I've seen all the fundamentals of baseball. And I've also seen them hit a grand slam. So this young team has a bright future this year and beyond. And T takes the strike 3. 3rd out of the inning, not before the Bulldogs add more insurance. The score 7 for the Bulldogs, 1 for Johnston after 4 as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Martin will take the hill. We are going to take a short break. We are in the top half of the fifth inning, back half of the ball game, and the Bulldogs have just extended their lead to 6 runs by a score of 7-1. Isaac Martin on the hill for the Bulldogs. 1 unearned run for Johnston. Besides that, Martin has held Johnston scoreless. The throwdown, and we are ready to start the inning. Bullpen got used heavily just 2 days ago against Barrington. So the Bulldogs would love for Martin to get as many innings in as he can, as they have another game 2 days from now as well. And the opening pitch for Martin is blown away, which we will be bringing you live on Saturday. Martin looks in. And the pitch called strike over the outside corner. And the pitch outside corner, tails. Batters aren't ready for that tail. Still coming back over the outside corner. Umpire very consistent in calling that. Martin's offering breaking ball. Surprised the batter for sure. Broke a little too hard into the ground. 2-2 count. Got a pitcher warming up in the bullpen down the first base line for Johnston. One would expect pitch count very high for the starter. And the pitch over the outside corner. The batter waves at it, frustrated. Strikes out the leadoff hitter for the quick out for the Bulldogs. Martin would love a 1-2-3 inning. That would give him a chance to re-enter in the 6th. If he has to work too hard, you don't know. But nobody up warming yet for the Bulldogs, or has warmed thus far at all. Martin never really in trouble in this one. And the pitch strike over the outside quarter. The offense started in the first. Scored 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. And the pitch. Called ball. Close to the outside corner. And the pitch outside waved at by number 14. Gave it right back to Martin. If he didn't get the call on that one, he got the gift on that one. 14 in. The kick and the pitch over the outside corner. It's that tail had a mystified batter swinging around. Strikes him out. 2 up, 2 down for Martin. Looking stronger than he has all night, in fact. Command of his location. A frustrated bunch, Johnston appears at the moment. They hung tight for a little while, but this Bulldog squad keeps coming at you. And that's over the middle of the plate, hit the left center field, tracked by the Bulldog left fielder. Ends the inning just like that. 3 up, 3 down. Couldn't have prescribed anything better for Isaac Martin, who is now through 5 innings, giving up only 1 unearned run, and will more than likely re-enter for the 6th. Just what the Bulldogs needed was a long starting performance coming after the game versus Barrington, when they used their bullpen and then some. Johnston does have someone warming, or did. So someone is ready if needed, it appears. Unless they make the substitution right out the gates. They're going to stick with the starter for now, it looks like. So Martin, the senior, is only 6 outs away from a victory. A much-needed long performance victory. And they're ready to throw it down, and we're about to get started here in this bottom half of the fifth at Similord Field. Nick Fiore, number 8 hitter, second baseman, steps in. And to start it off, swing and a miss over the outside portion. Strike one, 0-1 count. And a breaking ball over the plate, strike. Over the heart of the plate. And the pitch, swing, and that's going to be a foul ball. Tough angle from over here. A couple times the Bulldogs have been close without the benefit. Kind of waved at the outside pitch, tried to pull it. Not much behind it, but there was no one in the area. 2 strikes now on Fiore. And a fastball hit hard to shortstop. To Hopper, easy play for the shortstop. 6-3 for the out. And the third baseman, Noah Burdick, steps in for the Bulldogs, number 3. Outfielders are playing a little in. Inside pitch, strike, let it go. Doesn't like to call as he stands over the plate a little bit. And the curveball way ahead, off-speed pitch. Good job. Haven't seen much off-speed. Not much changing of speeds from the Johnston pitcher. He's ready. And a breaking ball over the plate. Didn't get the call. Stayed inside. Good eye. And the pitch inside. This time called the balls. Evens up the count, 2-2. And that's going to be a fastball low and in. Full count. He can definitely beat these outfielders. The pitch. Ground ball to third, not handled. It's going to get into left field. Give the Bulldogs a base runner. Technically, he didn't touch it. Don't know how it'll be ruled. Should have been fielded. Should have been an out. Instead, the Bulldogs take advantage with a runner on first. And spin the top. Leadoff hitter, Dean Ponce Jr. Breaking ball for a strike. Pitcher employs a slide step, making it a little bit more difficult to steal. Bulldogs have no reason to at the moment. And the pitch, swing and a miss. A breaking ball low and in. Quickly ahead. And he fisted it up opposite field. Good job of inside out swinging by Ponce. showing all of his weapons here. Great job, leadoff hitter. Inside out swing. Single to right field. Bulldogs suddenly in business. 2 runners on. 1 out. The number 2 hitter, Zach Beckler. Shortstop, number 21, at bat, the pitch. Swing. Driven to left field. Too far left. Good piece. Got a round on it for sure. And the pitch is low and away for the ball. And the pitch off speed but up. Breaking ball, low and away. And the fastball for a strike. Evens the count at 2s. Steps back. And the pitch topped it to third. It's going to touch third, throw across. It's going to be late. So a fielder's choice out. Leaves the Bulldogs with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Smart play by the Johnston third baseman. In for the Bulldogs, number 19, Greg Gorman, the right fielder. Stands tall, the left-hander. The pitch down the middle, and he drives this one. He's got him beat for sure. I don't know if this field's going to hold it, and it doesn't. That's a home run, folks. 3-run home run. Greg Gorman, off the heart of the bat, got out of here in a hurry, folks. As soon as the right fielder knew, I knew. And that adds 3 more for the Bulldogs. Can't give them any extra chances. The score, 10-1, Westerly. Great piece of hitting. Gorman able to turn on it. Line drive shot to right field. We've covered 2 games, and we've seen a grand slam and a 3-run homer. These dogs can bite. At bat now with a 9-run cushion. The pitcher of record, the senior Isaac Martin. First pitch inside, ball 1. So to say the least, the Bulldogs have mentally and physically bounced back from their defeat on a couple days ago. And are looking to move to 4-1, barring any kind of a massive comeback on Johnston's behalf. They've really shown their ability to hit up and down the lineup. And that's up and in for a ball. Coming inside to the pitcher twice. And the pitch, foul ball down the third base side. And the umpire needs some more baseballs to get thrown back in here. Breaking ball over the outer portion, popped up. Second baseman tracking it. and makes the catch. And that ends the inning, but not before more damage. Greg Gorman with the big one this inning. 3-run home run to right field. Westerly 10, Johnston 1. We are heading to the top of the 6th inning. Everything clicking for the Bulldogs. Martin coming off a 1-2-3 inning. I would venture to guess is going to come right back out here. The Bulldogs really needed this exact type of game. What team doesn't, obviously, but they needed the pitcher to go deep into the game. They needed not to go to the bullpen. They have another day off tomorrow, all to recover from their last game where they used the bullpen a great portion of it. And the senior has been just what the doctor ordered. He's pitched with senior poise, given up one unearned run, ground out a few innings, seems to have hit his groove. And the Bulldogs putting on a clinic tonight. I mentioned before the game, if you were going to hit a home run tonight, it would be against the wind, and it'd have to be a line drive variety, and it was. And that was a line drive variety. No wind was stopping that from getting out of the park. Bulldogs are all set with the throwdown, and we get ready to start top of the 6th. So Martin getting ready. Toes the rubber looking in. And the pitch swing, foul back, strike one. Martin, the delivery. Pitch slowing away. And the pitch turned on, popped up to the infield. Shortstop calls it. And makes the catch, one down. Martin's delivery. So Martin's knocked down 4 in a row now. A lot of base runners for both teams early in the game anyway. And turned on that inside pitch. And that's going to beat the left fielder for the Bulldogs. Go all the way to the fence. That's easy a stand-up double. Let's see if he tries to stretch it. No need. And Johnston hitter stands in for a double to lead off the inning. Correction, there's one out in the inning. And the pitch is low. Bounces in front of the catcher. Just tripped up trying to get it. No need to really worry about this runner if you're a Martin, for sure. You do have insurance. One out. Man on third. Top 6. Bulldogs lead 10-1. The kick and the pitch, slowed away. He bounces away from him, not far enough. making his catcher work harder than he needs to for sure. But he's got to be getting tired. He's thrown a great game, thrown a lot of pitches. Bulldogs would love for him to get through this one. And that's up and in. Martin's delivery is a strike. Three balls, one strike. Don't want to give him the free pass. And that's a strike. Turns on. 2 strikes now. Martin coming all the way back from the 3-0. Nobody loosening up for the Bulldogs. I wouldn't be surprised if they allow Martin to try to go the whole way here. Pitch, strike, foul straight back. If he's able to get out of this inning. Bulldogs used a lot of pitchers just 2 days ago. Have another rest day tomorrow. And they would be back all prepared for Saturday's game. Martin's pitch. Waved at. Shortstop's got it deep. He's going to have to throw a rocket. The one hopper gets past the first baseman. That's going to score the Johnston run and give the runner second base. So the run scores for Johnston, making it 10-2. And the runner will remain at second base as he gives his gloves to the coach. So there's one out for Martin. And the pitch is low and in, called strike. That was a balk. Martin paying a little too much attention to the runner on second base. This runner doesn't mean anything, but you saw his calf move in the front, and any movement once you're set is a balk. So the eight-run lead for the Bulldogs, and that's a strike. 0-2 count. Martin can fix everything with a strikeout here. And the pitch, breaking ball, beauty. Pull the string on that one. That's tough to hit for anybody. Great way to answer by the senior. 2 outs. Martin out of the windup. Over the outside portion, popped out of play, 0-1 count. The kick and the release inside, stays inside. That's a ball, 1-1. Martin's had very good command all night, giving up only 1 earned run here through 5 2/3. And that one's right over the plate. Popped. Second baseman's eyeing it up. A little behind him, so it's dangerous when they start backpedaling. And that's what happens. It pops out of the glove. Center fielder almost catches it off a ricochet, unable to. So that's an error. Another unearned run in. 2 outs, runner on first for Johnston. So Martin wants to get out of this inning now. He's thrown enough pitches to his liking. That one's far away. 1-0 count. Bulldogs can end the inning without at either first or second base. Still hold a 7-run lead. And that pitch is on the outside. 2-0 count. 2 outs. Nobody throwing on either side. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Flip to second base, and that'll end the inning. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning here, folks, at Similary Field. Bulldogs with a 7-run lead, 10-3 over visiting Johnston. Bulldogs will take the plate and need only 3 more outs for the victory. Have used only their one pitcher, starting pitcher, senior Isaac Martin. Coach Pizzato couldn't have asked for anything more, having utilized a great deal of the bullpen just 2 days ago. And now they get another day's rest tomorrow before Prout comes to town on Saturday, and we will bring that to you live as well. Good crowd on both sides. It's nice to see again. So Johnson's got a new pitcher on the hill. A little pep in the ball. The Bulldog first baseman will lead off, Evan Klein, followed by Drew Bozek and Travis Costa in the bottom half of the 6th inning here. And strike one, fouled into the first base dugout. Some added miles per hour here. Fresh arm on the hill for Johnston. Count even at ones. And the pitch breaking ball has the batter fooled. Beautiful pitch for a strike, 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. Gets by the catcher. A lot of space back here. We've talked. Catcher's not going to have a throw. And we have a runner on first. Bulldogs in business now. So Tenuto will be the pinch hitter. Bozak will call it a night.
The next batter be 33 for 9. 22 for 12.
And we're ready to go. And the pitch gets by the catcher. Is going to advance the runner. Bulldogs now have a runner in scoring position. And really haven't done much to get him there, but he's there. So to do to the pinch hitter, first at bat of the night, 1-0 count. The pitch swung on and missed a little bit late. This pitcher was a little more pop than the previous Johnston arm. And the pitch is low away. The delivery, the pitch hits him, and that's got a sting. He's throwing hard, just not sure where it's going. Bulldogs have runners at first and second now. Got him in the meat, fortunately.
33 for 9. 33 for 9.
So Nick Fagan's going to pinch hit for Travis Costa here. Nobody out. 2 runners on for the Bulldogs. Breaking ball. Nice breaking ball. It is 0-1 count. Really got to stay in on that one because pulls hard, right? And the pitch, check swing, all the way to the backstop. The speed's fooling the catcher. And the Bulldogs have 2 runners in scoring position. Having not put the ball in play. So, Johnston looking for the first out. The pitch, grounded, foul ball. The infield in for Johnston, trying to cut down runner at home if possible. And the pitcher looks in. And the pitch, called ball off the outside corner. The pitch swung on, bouncer to third, throws the first for the out. 1 out. Runners on second and third for the Bulldogs. Worked out perfectly for Johnston. Number 4 to bat for the Bulldogs, Nick Fiore. Second baseman. Steps in. Runners at scoring position. 10-3. Bottom 6. And that's a nice job of going the other way with it. Good play by the second baseman for the out. 4-3 for the second out of the inning. Run scores for the Bulldogs. Score now, Bulldogs 11, Johnston 3. Noah Burdick steps in. Breaking ball's a beauty that he has, that's for sure. 0-1 count. And that's the same breaking ball pulling out of the Bulldog hitters. It cuts late and it cuts hard. Got to keep that front shoulder in and way back if you want to hit that thing. 0-2 count, 2 outs. And that's a beauty off the outside corner. So Johnston relief comes in impressively. And we're going to head to the 7th inning, folks. Last chance for Johnston as they trail by 8. Westerly 11, Johnston 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Isaac Martin, the senior, looking for the complete game victory. I'm assuming we'll head out until the rubber. And that might not be the case. The Bulldog closer will step on the rubber. Martin, the winning pitcher on record for the night. Number 3, Noah Burdick toes the hill to close this one out. Martin for sure doing his job, giving the pitching staff for the Bulldogs a well-needed rest. Bulldog offense sure did their job, giving Martin the support that he needed. A good equation for Westerly as they hope for 3 outs, a day off, and back in action on Saturday right here against Prout. And we will bring you that action live, westerly.live. So Burdick comes in for his first action of the night. Burdick, only a sophomore. Varsity action pitching and responsible for the grand slam the other night. Impressive hitting from a sophomore. Number 4 for Johnston steps in. Burdick's pitch. High and in. 0-1. And that's a fastball over the plate. Fly ball, center field. Center field's got a beat on it. And 1 up, 1 down for Burdick. 2 pitches, 1 out. The wind has stopped, but the temperatures dropped. Bulldogs 2 outs away from a victory. And that's on the outside corner, 0-1. And that's a little too far outside. And on the inside, still sawed him off. Shortstop's going to come in on the run. Throwing towards first. Got him if he held the bag. And he did, according to the umpire. 6-3 for the out. Two up, 2 down here in the final inning. Pending an influx of 8 runs here. Burdick's delivery. Swing and a miss. Bases empty, 2 outs. 11-3 score. Foul back. And that pitch is flown to right field. It should sew it up, folks. And the Bulldogs finish it up with an 11-3 victory over Johnston. And remember, folks, we will be back right here on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. hosting the Prout School. With that, I am Greg Moreno, and we are Westerly.live. All your Westerly action all the time.